Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Calendar with Droid Life. Yes, look what we've got. It's the Nexus 5. It's now official. It's available from Google in both black and white, or Panda, if you will. I obviously went with the white/Panda edition. Comes in 16 or 32 gigabytes of storage. Looking at $349 for the 16 gig version, $399 for the 32 gig version. It's essentially the best smartphone deal probably in the industry. I mean, you're looking at top of the line specs at a price that, you know, some phones were sold almost on contract for a couple of years ago. Actually, the Note 3, I believe, is $299 on contract to most carriers. For 50 bucks more and no contract, you could have this phone. So we've got one in house, thought we'd unbox it, just give you sort of initial impressions since we actually haven't held the device at all yet. So again, I went Panda phone and also 32 gigs of storage internally since there is no micro SD card slot. So in terms of specs, right, we've got a 4.95 inch full HD IPS LCD. That's 1920 by 1080, 445 pixels per inch. So essentially it's a 5-inch display. Got Gorilla Glass 3 on there. Running Android 4.4, 8 megapixel camera on the back with optical image stabilization. So that's obviously the new hot trend in mobile. But what we're gonna do is really test that out because there's already some early reports that suggest the camera may not be that awesome. You got a 2300 milliamp hour battery, which we're a little worried about, not gonna lie. Early reports also suggest the battery life's kind of iffy. It's good one day, maybe not so good the next day, so we'll definitely give that a run. We've got a 2.3 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon 800. That's a quad-core processor with an Adreno 330 GPU. It only weighs 130 grams. It's only 8.59 millimeters thick. Once we get it open, you'll see that it's not a thick device. It also is essentially edge-to-edge display. There's not a lot of bezel there. You've got NFC, Wi-Fi, ABG and AC, Bluetooth 4.0, 2 gig of RAM, all the ports you want. It actually has a step counter built in, I believe, so you can actually track your steps. So anyways, enough of that. Let's jump into this. You guys know the specs, right? So typical Google packaging. I'm gonna reach over here and grab some scissors, cut these, because these are always, these Nexus stickers, man. These Nexus stickers are tough. So plop this open. White box. All right, box over there, that box over there, and there is the device. So let me just plop it out, set it down for a second, just because we have to, right? Is there anything else in the box? There's your SIM removal tool, so you definitely don't want to lose that. Some other little guides, and then we should have a charger. So yep, just a charger, standard, black, nothing special there, no earbuds or anything. SIM removal tool, I will keep that handy for later though. So push all that aside. Here is the phone. So it does have a Nexus 5 sticker right on the front, and there is the sort of white matte finish. Now, I will say that once I ordered the white, I kind of started seeing pictures of the black one in the wild and almost kind of decided I wanted the black, but I already placed the order for the white. So this is what you're looking at. All white, sort of matte, soft touch finish. You've got black edges all around. And then you've obviously got the entire black front, although you do have a white sort of speaker grill up there, so that will let you know that you are indeed running the white one. So let's see, we've got stickers over the camera lens. Take that off. Looks like there's a sticker around the outside. You know how big of fans we are of those things. Oh, it looks like it actually goes around the whole thing. And no, we're not gonna do a separate post about this, but just so you guys know, there is indeed a sticker around the entire edge of the Nexus 5. Now I know this is riveting stuff, but before we really dive in here, we always like to get rid of stickers. It's just something we do. The nice thing is Google did make these little tabs handy, so you can just kind of peel these up these sides. There we go. All right, I think that's it. And then we obviously have the front sticker as well. So we'll peel that off. Okay, so there you have the 5-inch display. You can see it's pretty much edge to edge in terms of from the side. You do have a slightly thicker bezel down here on the chin compared to the top. Front 1.3 megapixel camera up there, I believe. If we turn to this side, you've got your volume rocker, and I believe the buttons are ceramic. Interesting little note there, but I believe they're ceramic. So you do have the shiny black along the sides here. There's your volume rocker. If we go down here along the bottom, you are looking at speaker grills, dual speaker grills, and then a micro USB plug. And then on this side, you've got your power lock switch and then your SIM tray there as well. And then up top is the headphone jack. So I think we complain about this in every video, except on the G2, but we really wish this was down here on the bottom. But anyways, headphone jack up top. So then on the back, there's your 8 megapixel camera with flash, giant sort of camera housing there. It does have optical image stabilization, so again, we'll test that out. And then you can see there's that white sort of matte finish. I will say that the device in hand feels unbelievably light. So let's see, it was 130 grams, which is, you know, pretty light, but it feels crazy light. It's also fairly thin, not the thinnest device on the market, but thin enough. Feels pretty good in hand. I'm getting sort of a little rectangular jab down there in the palm of my hand. Doesn't feel terrible, but just something you'd have to get used to. There's definitely no real sharp edges. You could say that this is a little sharp where the sort of back plate meets the side here, but it's definitely not an edge you would notice. So feels pretty good. So let's fire it up here. Let's at least get some boot animation and some other stuff. Actually, I believe the first time you fire this up, it may have a massive update. So we may not even be able to show you anything. If not, at least you got the unboxing. We'll be back with plenty more anyway. So there is the new Google Boot animation, which you've seen on the Google Play Edition phones, the GPEs. Galaxy S4 and HTC One both had that boot animation. So no more Nexus boot, which is kind of odd. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they would sort of keep those separate, not just sort of give this logo to the Nexus phone. But while we're doing this, here it is next to the Moto X. So it does have a bigger screen, 5-inch. You know, the Moto X has a 4.7-inch. Moto X is also not a thin device, so there you can see that. We'll have more comparisons soon, but let's see how this boots up. Now, I do believe, though, that there is a massive update. So, again, this phone, it feels so light, really, really light. I will say that while it's plastic, it doesn't feel cheap. It just feels like it's made of high-quality plastic, if you will. Sort of like the Nexus 10. If anyone's picked up the Nexus 10, you'll know the Nexus 10 feels like a quality-made plastic device. So anyways, you know, I've got to log in and do all that stuff. So rather than putting you through that, we're just going to cut off the unboxing here. You guys have seen our tutorial or sort of quick steps or quick look at KitKat. So we'll let you look at that. Also have more. We'll have some comparisons coming up. Obviously, we got to review all that stuff on the way. So anyways, this has just been a Nexus 5 unboxing. We are Droid Life. Peace.